November 6th, 1998. I have tried for several weeks to help Richard sell his South St. Pete properties. He is ridiculous in his expectation of their values and can't explain, nor can any of his staff explain, what a lease option is. I have had him put my mother's phone number instead in order to make sure that someone intelligent is answering the ads. I think she stands a much better chance of selling them, even at his stupid prices. Richard's biggest problem is his yard help, who are no help at all. He has some mental block, just like Don's, that causes him to believe he is saving money by hiring derelicts at less than minimum wage, paying them cash, and he still isn't getting the work done. How do you deal with this sort of mentality? I hate to watch him destroy a perfectly good business, but why should I care? It's his money, his health, and his life. He complains to me all the time how much stress he's under because of these properties, but he's unwilling to do what needs to be done to correct the problem. Perhaps he just enjoys complaining. Nirvana has spent the last 2 nights at the vet with a uterine infection. I miss her, and I worry about her all the time. The baby Bearcat is doing great. Jamie is such a wonderful mom to the cubs. Jamie has taken over the office and has things more caught up to date than they have been in months. She is very good on the phone with people and will be Wildlife on Easy Street's saving grace. She is leaving for a show in New York next Tuesday. And this isn't in here, but we had 3 Bearcats born after Don's disappearance. There was Mocha, Bean, and Thing. And I'm thinking this one, it doesn't say here, and I couldn't find any records that old, but I'm thinking that this one was born to Dixie and I forget who she lived with. And those guys were like in their 20s, and I didn't think they could even have babies past like 10 or 12. So I was shocked that this first baby was born. But then we separated the younger Bearcats, Banjo and I forget the one that he was with, and so that we wouldn't have babies. And then there were 2 more babies born, one in 1999 and one in 2000. And what I learned after that was that Bearcats, bintrongs, are delayed ovulators. So they can fertilize a cell and then just hang on to it and wait until the conditions are appropriate for them, in their minds anyway, to have the baby. And that is like the weirdest thing I have ever heard of in my life, but it's the only thing that can explain those 2 babies coming along later on when they had been separated way too long for that to have been happening. So those are the 3. And so I know one of the things Judy Watson loves to do is when the presses ask her about whether or not we continued to breed, she'd be like, oh yeah, she bred Bearcats. And I was like, well, it wasn't on purpose. Absolutely sure, for sure, not on purpose. Did not want to be breeding more wild animals for life in cages. I had already figured out that that was wrong and was trying to stop it every way that I could.